Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone that's joining us from all over the place. I am so excited to be here today with Rachelle Gehman and play with spirit and all the divine information that wants to come in for everybody during these changing times. Rachelle is a remarkable psychic and intuitive and medium. So you will get more information from all the possible realities that you can connect to than just okay. So please mute if you are not on. Thank you. Whoever that is, I can run it from here. Okay, so what I will have to do is go find that person real quick. Oh, Flo's coming.
Need help?
Yeah, it's Linda who is
I muted her.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you all. If you would mute until we're called on or until Rachelle asks a question where she needs the interaction, that would be great. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read from the Saint Germain Press. I'm going to read a decree, the I Am Presence, which will clear clear the field of any obscurations that are in that are keeping you from your divine path and from you being in love, in the love that you are. Okay, so here we go. Violet flame from the central sun, violet flame from the central sun, violet flame from the central sun, in, through, and around, all under this radiation, this instant and forever, descend, 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 defend, 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 command, 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 I am, I am, I am, control, 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 take hold, take hold, take hold, unfold, 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 our victory, victory hold, expand, 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 our freedom now demand, in thee we ever stand, I am, 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 forevermore, I am, the only acting presence, which right now sweeps into the physical octave, swift as a flash, perfect as the ascended master see it. And I demand this manifest, manifest, manifest in all our victory, victory, victory attained right now. I expect this manifest, manifest, manifest in all our victory, victory, victory attained right now. I am this manifest, manifest, manifest in all our victory, victory, victory attained right now. Almighty I am, almighty I am, almighty I am. Boy, you can feel that. Wow. So what we just did, everybody, so you can know, is we just connected you to your soul. And this was the violet flame that we just used to clear out your field so Rachelle can read and help you connect to that soul. Okay? Cool. So thank you. Wow, that was strong. Okay, so Rachelle, it's all yours. I'll be man in the back.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Thank you everyone for coming.
Did you have a list? I'm going to start with Bill.
I thought you wanted to talk a little bit first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gosh, okay. So everyone, thank you for coming. This is really wonderful. I am going to be starting classes on mediumship, but I really have a passion for everyone to know that we all have this gift. It's our birthright. And it's something that's really I don't want to say it's a gift. It's more of something that's very natural to all of us. Through the way that we have lived and been socialized, and because of the human constructs that we've had to live under, that it kind of goes away, and we have been trained to be in our logical thoughts, as well as having imprints on us from our ancestors. And so, as a result of that, we have to really come back home to who we are and the essence of our spirit. And the essence of our spirit is really beautiful. And one of the things that I have learned is how much spirit loves us. And when we spend time with spirit, there is just so much love for us. And it really takes, it's really so beautiful that we seem to need less. We seem to want less, and just things are so much sweeter and so beautiful. And so I really encourage, we talk about energy, frequency, and vibration. And the vibration, what occurs is that the earth is at a lower hertz frequency, and then our body's at a particular frequency, and then the spirit world's at a particular frequency. And information comes in very fast from spirit, and it gets dropped into our minds and our hearts. And that's what they call the clear seeing, the clear hearing, the sensing and the feeling. And we start to use our body as a barometer to pick up on very subtle things that spirit brings into our field. And when we train ourselves to look at the subtleties, is where the beauty of everything is with spirit. And there's so much noise that we really need to take time to connect and be in the silence. And no, there's a lot of people that are very intuitive, or they're empathic. A lot of people say I'm an empath. And the empathic is where you have this energy around you and you're sensing things, but you don't know quite how to explain it. It's not necessarily that you have the stories, but it's about you learning your own energy. And so when someone steps into your field, for example, and you're all of a sudden you're feeling insecure, maybe it's not you, maybe it's that other person. And the best thing you can do is send love in that moment. And it's hard to sometimes sort out, is this my feelings, or is this someone else that's coming with this type of energy? And it's about trying to learn that about yourself, learning the flow of energy and how it goes around our body. There's a toroidal field that comes up, it goes through the energy centers of our body and goes throughout, and it goes at least 6 feet, which is our aura, and it can go even further than that if we spend time with spirit. And it's really a wonderful thing. And the peace and the love and the joy is all within us. And we have been trained to look outside of ourselves for these things, through worldly things. And really, spirit doesn't respond to us in that way, but yet it's so much bigger, so much more, and so much better. And a lot of mediums, when I first was a little girl, I would ask people, well, how do you connect? And they would say, oh, I just do. And I thought that was so unfair, because there are people that really have this, it's something innately that we can all connect, and we can all bring forth information. We just have to learn how spirit is speaking to us. And all of our gifts are unique. So no medium, no psychic, no intuitive work the same way. And so we have to honor their gifts and allow their gifts to unfold and experience their gifts. and we all have it. And I always say the more mediums that we have, the better, because as you start to learn about mediumship or your psychic ability, you will attract people that maybe have had similar life experiences that are coming to you, and spirit will utilize you to help them and to help heal. And we all have this ability. So I say the more mediums, the better, because we can certainly help one another. And there's just so much that we can help each other with this time in our lives where we're going through this great awakening, and the earth is going through so many different energies. And I'm sure some of you have been really struggling with some of the energies, and that is very normal. I even had my struggles even this week, where I had to go to friends and for help to recenter, reground, and get myself back together again, because where it really exists is in the heart. And I know a lot of people, for example, struggle with meditation, but they're also working through the mind. And what we want to do is get to the heart. And if we can stay in our heart space, this is where it really is being, that's where spirit really speaks to us. And it's not in the mind. They drop things in the mind, but it's really through the heart. And so just to let you know that. And I don't know, I guess that's all I wanted to say for now. There's so much to mediumship that comes to the surface when spirit comes in. A lot of times we're asking for a particular spirit to come in. That can happen if they're not coming in. A lot of times if I say their names, for example, all of a sudden they'll appear for you. But we never know who's going to come in, but we must trust spirit in everything. And so with everything that we have, and it's it's easier said than done. And we're all human, where we can fall short of that, I want to say, but they really have us in the palm of their hands. They are working very diligently all the time to make sure that they help humanity create harmony and peace. And they do whatever they can to create balance for all of us. So just tap into that power. Anything that comes into our life is icing on the cake, but we're the cake, So just know that you are very special, and that spirit has so much respect for you because you have chosen to incarnate. And especially at this time, this is a world full of dichotomy. And then on top of that, you also have, free will. You don't know what's going to happen. It's not bound by certain laws that are in other places. And so for us, we have to navigate all this and everybody else's free will. And it's not easy. And so as a result of that, spirit has a lot of respect for us. And believe me, it's not that they love you for what you do. They love you for who you are, and you just being, that's all. That's all. So just know that. I hope that helps everyone. That's really at a high level. And my class that's coming up on the 25th is about mediumship, and we're going to go through it again. And Diane, I know that you went through the class last time, and it was really a wonderful experience for everyone. And they can see how spirit works through all of us and the different ways that they work with us, either literally or symbolically, through associations, all of that. And it's about my aunt used to say, getting out of our own way. Well, what does that mean? Well, we have this ego, right? This ego. We have the essence of our spirit that is so pure, and then we wrap it around our social filters, our life filters, our life experiences, and and all these different circumstances. And so it's about peeling all that away to make room for all this to come in. So that's so we have to stay in the essence to give the readings. So with that, I guess I'll start from there. I hope that helps explain it.
That was great. And also wanted to let people know, I mean, I put Rachelle's website in the chat and also her link to her new class. But you'll see Rachelle, when she goes into the zone that she goes into to read, it's just pure love, it's pure humility and humble and supportive. So I think if you haven't experienced this before, you'll be thrilled. And usually I leave blasted. So I'm also hoping that everyone else, but this is a very powerful group. I can already feel the energy running a lot. So yeah, this is going to be awesome.
It's so wonderful, and the thing that makes it so special is when everybody's open and receptive and you are running the energy, that's what makes it so special.
Yeah.
So, so that's really great. So thank you everyone for coming. It's certainly a gift to me that you all are here, and it's absolutely wonderful. So thank you for that.
So Leanne posted the link to the class asking for a birthday gift.
Oh, okay.
From her friends.
Oh, Leanne,
her husband, family. Good job, Leanne. Good idea.
Yeah.
Good creating. She's a piece of work. I love that lady.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah. Okay, well, so the other thing to let you know is that you can, as Rachelle said, this will be a mini session compared to what the depth of what you get when you do a full session. So if Rachelle says I can't say everything or anything, that's kind of your clue to make sure that you put it on your list of to-dos, because usually there's a lot more that wants to come through for you. So just want to let people know. And I did put her website in the chat. I'll put it in a couple times. So, okay.
Yeah, and part of that too, just really quick, Kathy, a lot of times, I get texts after and it's like, oh, you said this, do you remember? And it's like, no, it's almost like psychic amnesia, because when you're connected, that information is coming through. And I keep a journal or notepad around me all the time, because I get messages, that things that I'm supposed to do or remember. And if I don't write them down right then and there, then I forget.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I just heard, and before I get to Bill, I just want to read something that was I think it's true for all of us. I was really struggling this week, and I went into meditation, and I was actually on the plane, and down the aisle came this wonderful ascended master, and she said to me, there was a decision I was trying to make, or I was like, gosh, and I was just going back and forth in my mind versus my heart. So I went into meditation, and she said, and the reason I'm reading this is because I feel like if you guys could remember this, if you're trying to make a decision, that this might be helpful to you, because it's a very general message, but I think it applies to all of us. She said, choosing is not necessary. Place your focus on where you are happy and allow the other to take care of itself. So just know that, okay? All right. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just so everyone understands the way that we're doing this, I'll be contacting you in chat if you're up next. And if you could, once you're up next, raise your hand so I can pin you. so that Rachelle doesn't have to search to find your picture. Okay, and we'll get as many done as Rachelle can do. It's such a gift that she does this, so we'll do our best. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so Bill is up first.
Hi,
'cause
Bill.
there's-
Hi, can you unmute for me?
I just did. Hi.
Okay. All right. How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you. I am super excellent. So thank you.
You know, Bill, so I don't, there, okay. First of all, your father is here. I'm seeing, where did he go?
Oh, I took my hand down. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna do speaker view so I can see you better. There we
Here.
go.
Yeah, I put
Thank
it back up.
Yeah, no, you're good. Bill, so your father, okay, there is a gentleman here, and I believe it's your father. And what I am seeing is I'm seeing an old truck.
Yep.
Okay, that I'm seeing, and I don't know.
Several.
Yeah, were they yellow in color? He's showing me yellow. Maybe this is more
No.
leadership. Okay, he's talking about a man that used to work with him. I'm seeing him in a workshop, this man, and your father walking into this like workshop.
Yep, could be.
Okay. This man was very loyal to your father. Do you know who this is? It was a worker. He was around your father a lot. It's almost like your father delegated to him. It was almost like a right-hand man. Does that make sense to you?
In one aspect of his work, yes.
Okay.
And it also depends on what stage of my father's career we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay. Because he had several helpers and some were literally lifelong loyal.
Yeah, that's the way that I'm feeling with this. Okay, my heart is really hurting. Did he have a heart attack?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He died of a heart attack.
Okay, because it's really hurting me. I can feel it. Okay, again, I will say this again to you because see how that just hurt really bad, but I'm not having a heart attack. Okay. So
Well, I had one too.
yeah. So my point is that sometimes when we do work of the heart and there is ascension that is occurring, things have to be released from the heart. Okay, is what I want to say to you. And it can be very scary when you start to feel those pains, and it's really not anything that is physical. It's energetic, and you will be protected with that. Okay. So and I feel what happens is like if there's anything there, sometimes you jump to the mind because there's something there that needs to be released. And I want to pass along to you the courage to release that. Okay. Is what he's showing me. Bill, you're very good at what you do. He's telling me that one of the things that was really important to make his business go was to delegate. And so he's asking you to delegate and trust the people around you. Okay, I don't know what that means, but that's for you. Okay.
Yes, I got it. Thank you. Yeah.
And trust them with your heart. But the key is that feeling in the heart can cause you hesitancy, is what I want to say. And he's trying to give you the courage to see that through within the heart. Because when we do release from the heart, it can hurt, but it's an energetic thing that you can release, and it's just about going through it, okay? Is what I want to say. All right?
Okay.
Because it's easier to go somewhere else in the body, like the mind or whatever, because it's not as uncomfortable. But if we could release that.
Okay.
Okay, and then I know that you asked for an ascended master. There is an ascended master here that's very high vibrational. I'm trying to hold it, my connection, because it's very, very high. And I don't know who this is, but the way that he is coming through, it is an Egyptian. I'm seeing some type of different head or headdress, that's coming through.
The Egyptian gods all had different animal heads,
Okay.
as they were portrayed that way.
And this is such high vibrational. He popped in and popped out, but it's not him. It's me reaching for that connection. Okay. So hold on just a second. I'm really raising my vibration here. This is a very wise ascended master. And the way that he is coming through, Bill, is that it's almost like, I just want to say that I'm looking over the landscape, and it's very simple versus being complex. And being the leader that you are, it's almost like he's telling you to let the details be worked out by other people. This is where you're getting kind of hung up a little bit, because this is such a personal endeavor. But trust people with your vision. And he is guiding them as well. So you have an entire spirit team that you don't have to do everything, that you can know that your spirit team is guiding them as well, because they know your vision and they know what you're trying to accomplish. Okay.
Does this, can you identify this being as Thoth? Is he
Well,
offering?
he's coming through very strong. And I mean, he has his hands on his hips and like this, and he's very grounded in his power and his wisdom. So,
Well, he was the god of truth, knowledge, wisdom, morality, etc.
okay, so he's coming through that way.
Okay.
So I would identify him and say, yes, that this is him.
Do we have a personal connection?
Yes, or he wouldn't have come through.
Okay.
He's really, and this whole heart thing too is what he's encouraging you to heal. It's not a healing, it's more of a releasing. Okay.
Okay. Did he leave me a message at the Abydos temple?
There was a message. He's telling me that it was symbolic in nature, and you know what it meant.
Yes. Had to do with that pharaoh.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Rachel, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somehow I muted you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Just, yeah. Thank you. I was trying to mute the person who just came in. Sorry.
Okay. No, no worries. So Bill, what I saw was some scrolls, and I feel like that it was symbolic of the message that was there. He's showing me a green emerald.
Yeah, it's the emerald tablets.
Okay.
That is where he left I'll call it the divine messages for humanity.
Oh, okay.
In these emerald tablets.
Okay. Okay. That's really interesting. I don't know anything about him. He's stepping back, or my vibration isn't going as high.
Okay.
But he's very high vibrational. Okay. The other thing that he just said is that he's telling me, and I don't know if this is for me, but that he's so powerful that there are different aspects that are divided. Meaning that if all of his aspects came together, it would be very powerful, overwhelming. So I don't know what that means. I don't have enough knowledge, but there you have it.
I've used him as my spiritual role model.
Okay. Your father just brought up Shaw.
Okay.
He's telling me that her heart has hurt, but it'll be all right. Meaning this is more of a disappointment, but everything's going to be all right. She's doing what she loves, he says. She's doing what she loves.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
quite sure. Yeah.
So no worries. She's very good at, your father really respects her and loves her. He's showing me that she's very good at what she does.
Yep, she surely is.
Yeah. What a wonderful person she is.
Yep.
I think that's all I have for you.
Okay.
God bless you. I hope that helped.
Thank you. No,
You're
very
very-
much. Very
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was so right on. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Don't ask me because I don't know what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we recorded it. That's a good thing. Okay. So thank you, Bill. We're gonna remove pin, and Linda's up next. And we're gonna add pin, and Shirley, I'm sorry to point you out, but I've been texting you in chat. Could you please put your hand down, please? Thank you.
Okay, Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Rachelle. So nice to see you again.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, good to see you. Yeah. Oh, you're in
I'm
Huntsville,
honored.
huh? That's
I
wonderful.
am.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I don't know if you wanted someone to pop in. Or if that
Okay.
let's see, can you mute Bill for me?
So I'm okay with whoever wants to come in.
Okay.
I have a sense that it might be my mom,
Okay.
but I'm
Let's see.
perfectly fine.
Okay, let's just see who's here.
Okay.
Your mother is around you a lot. I know that is but she came in, and I'm not seeing her yet, so just bear with me. She's over here on my left, and she's saying the message that she has for you. I don't have the evidence yet that this is her. Hold on just a second. she have an issue with her lung or trouble breathing?
At the end of her life,
Yes.
she did have,
Did she have a cough? Or was she a smoker? I'm really
no,
struggling to breathe.
yeah, many years ago, but like right at the very end, I mean, she had leukemia. And
Okay.
so she had a blood disorder that was really aggressive
Uh-huh.
that kind of knocked her out in a couple of weeks from the time she was diagnosed. And yes, the last couple of days she wasn't present.
Oh, she's showing me some things about that she went through
Mm,
at the end. There was some challenges with her lungs working and breathing, but also other things that I won't share here. Just, she's showing me that she had an issue with it. She was very fatigued, very fatigued. Okay.
mm,
But hold on just a second. She's coming through smiling very brightly. Her personality while she was here was I just I don't feel her being boisterous or anything. It's more that she was just a sweet person is what I want to say, okay? And the other thing that she's showing me is she says she gave me a message right when she popped in. I'm asking her to give it again. She said you're doing great work. She wants me to point that out because I feel like that there has been some struggle there or some not insecurity, or there's things that you're going through your mind with is what I want to say, some ups and downs that way. And she is really letting you know that you are doing a really good job. She's watching you, how amazing that you are. It's almost like you've been looking back or something like that on something, maybe doing a reflection or a review. I see you having a lot of complex thoughts, but yet you're like cautiously optimistic about certain things, okay? And she's just telling me to have patience, have you to have patience, but you're doing all the right things. That there should be no worry here. And she's watching you and she's watching over you. She's showing me a red notebook, a red notebook. I don't know what this is. If there's specific information in there for you. But I'm seeing a lot of balance and that there is she wants to encourage you to have balance and joy. Also some feminine energy around you, like friends or like feminine energy around you is really important right now. Just for
mm.
that celebration and validation, I feel that it's something where it's going to give you a new vision. I almost feel, are you planning to move or anything? Or are you looking to make a change in some way?
Um, mm,
I feel that there's a
I'm
change. But I
kind
also
of
go ahead.
process. I'm kind of in the process of shifting some things.
That's what it
Um,
feels like. She's showing me for you to set your intentions about that, okay? What
mhm,
and be thankful, give gratitude for the outcome that you want because
mm,
you can direct that. Okay, is what I want to tell you. And that you're really contemplating your joy and happiness and doing a lot of reflection, but just know that, through your life, Linda, you have gained a lot of what do I want to say? Experiences and skills to navigate all this that you're going through from that perspective. And, just because a path hasn't been revealed yet doesn't mean that it's not a good one, what you're, you don't see the full picture is what I want to say. But I feel like it's really working itself out. Do you have grandchildren?
No.
Who has grandchildren? Do you have a sister?
My mom has grandchildren. I don't have a sister. I have brothers.
Okay.
No grandchildren.
Maybe she was talking about her grandchildren then.
Yes, that would make sense.
Mm. Okay. I don't know how to interpret that. All of a sudden I had is there one that's concerned about their health?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one she's talking about then. So hold on just a second. Let me see what she's saying about that. There's some fear around it, but it's going to work out. It's going to be okay. There's a lot I can get into about that.
Okay.
And it would take too long.
Yeah.
So just know that. But in their world, everything's okay, and I feel like it's going to be all right. Just I think somebody's telling them to push through it, and it's not necessarily pushing through it, but really looking at it from a standpoint of the body is an incredible thing that can heal itself. And with the right environment, it can heal itself, is what I want to say. And so worry and fear is not something that is going to help the situation. Okay.
Yep.
And so, and we have a whole spirit team that can come in and guide us. And it's just about setting our intentions about what we want, and that's what she's telling me. And that it's about taking an active role in our recovery or our, in our health, versus turning it over to someone and allowing them to take it, to make it better. So just know that, okay, Linda? I think that's all I have for you. I have to kind of keep it short, but
Yeah. I'll set up a session with you.
oh, that'd be
after.
great. Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you.
No, thank you. That's
Yeah,
really
you're very welcome.
wonderful.
Thank you,
so much.
Linda. Thank you for coming back
Thank
after
you
we
so
couldn't get to
much.
the Thursday. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. I
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Oh, sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So
God bless
the
you.
next person up is Lauren.
Lauren, okay.
Here we go. And she was on Thursday too. So a lot of
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here we
Okay,
go. There she is. Oh, and she looks so pretty.
yeah.
I'm sitting in my tree. I'm sitting up in my tree.
Oh, what a wonderful place to be. I love trees. They're so healing. If you put your back on a tree, they'll start showing you things. I went to this one place where we were clearing the ground, clearing the land. And I went back there and I put my back up against the tree, and he showed me so much that happened on that land. And it was just a beautiful experience. So trees are wonderful. They are just so wonderful. Okay, let's see. All right. So Lauren, let's see. What is your birth date? Can you help me with that? That helps me connect as well.
6/18/58. Got a
Okay.
big birthday in a week.
Yeah. Oh,
Big symbolic
wonderful.
birthday.
Yeah, very cool. How cool is that?
Got my Medicare lined up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I wanted to tell you, I was lucky, and I'm outside of Washington, D.C., and I had a reading with your aunt years ago
Oh my
in person.
goodness.
In
Yeah.
person, yeah, I went to see her. It was fabulous.
Oh
Needless to
my,
say,
yeah, she is amazing,
yeah,
isn't she? She's
yeah.
just so sweet. What do you know? Do you remember when that was?
It might have been like 8, 9 years ago, something
Uh-huh.
like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was around the time Wayne transitioned, right? Her husband,
I,
was he still here? You don't know.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know.
All right. Yeah. She's very sweet, bless her heart. I just saw she moved to Lilydale, and then after I just saw that one of the mediums in Lilydale purchased her home, and it was like, I kind of grieved a little bit.
Mm,
But I'm going up there to see that. Yeah. So that's wonderful. That's really great. And like I said, all the gifts work differently. So there's a lot that my aunt that I'm like her in a lot of ways, but my gifts are different too. So, but we came from the same gene pool.
no expectations.
Yeah. Okay, good.
A lot of time has passed.
Yeah,
Different people
yeah.
might be talking. Yeah.
Okay, uh all right. Lauren, let's see. This is the thing. Somebody's just came in and I'm smelling smoke. Do you know someone in spirit that smoked a lot?
Could be either of my parents.
Okay. I feel like this is your mother because I keep looking off to my left. Um, because I'm smelling it really thick, you know? So it really gets in the nostrils when they come through like that. So I have a smoker here. Okay, hold on just a second. Um, all of a sudden I'm feeling like did she have a problem with her shoulder or her left arm that you know of? Like it was very achy. I almost want to say it like was a rotator cuff or something like that in her shoulder, in her left shoulder that you're aware
Not
of.
that I know.
Okay.
Now I'm coughing.
See, that's what happens when they start coming through. They make us
Wow.
stop and say, "Yeah, it's me." Yeah. Okay, let's see what else does she have to say. Okay, there's something about she's talking about like church. Um, and I feel are you attending church? Or did she attend church at all?
No.
No? Because the way all of a sudden I was in this metaphysical church. But that's kind of like an oxymoron, right? Metaphysical church, from that perspective. But anyway, yeah, so she's coming through. Let's see here. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I'm really feeling the smoke going down into my lungs. I mean, it is overwhelming to me. Because I'm not a smoker.
She didn't smoke in the last decades of her life. She
that,
she had been, but
yeah, but they miss it. Right. They do.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I can feel it. Okay. Um, she's talking about her sister. Does she have a sister? Or do you have a sister?
I have a sister, and she had several.
Okay. Because she was talking about a sister. Let's see here. Black. Was one of the sisters, I feel like religious or something? Not at all? Because
Mhm.
I'm feeling like I'm seeing believe it or not, a Bible and page turning and all of that in the Bible. She's showing me that. And I'm not sure why. Well, we'll just leave it at that then. Well, anyway, I'm trying to get more information from her, but I'm just not making the connection here, I think. Let's see. She's showing me someone with like black curly hair, like that wore a perm and it was really short. And I'm seeing this woman, I feel like this was an aunt to you. And she had she wore glasses, and I see her in a purple sweater with a skirt on, with tight, with a, you know, it kind of looks like that. And she also just took me back to this one Christmas. There's an apron that she's showing me that is like a Christmas apron that she's wearing. And there's something about, let's see here.
Yeah, I'm Jewish, so that's not my person.
No? Okay.
No Christmas.
Well, I'm seeing a red and green. Okay. Well, this might be for someone else, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Maybe that's what she was talking about with the religion. It was different. It was Jewish, and I didn't get that. Okay, what she's also showing me is that there's like a decision that you're trying to make, and that it's going to work out. I don't know what decision you're trying to make, but you're coming from a very honest and innocent place. There's also, you're contemplating your happiness as well. I'm feeling that there's something again with the lung that's coming through, and it's on the left side. I don't know what this is, but I feel what I'm seeing is like branches in the lung, like, you know, that are feeding something there. Well, I don't know if this is your person. I don't want to throw it away because I feel like that there's something significant with this person that she's showing me, with that apron and so forth. There's something significant there. I'm also seeing an old refrigerator. Oh, okay. The other thing that she's talking about is like there's a level of suffering is what I want to say that is placed on there's just some, it's like let it go is what she's saying. Let it go. There's some remnants of things in there that need to be let go of. This decision that you're trying to make, I feel like it's out of fairness. You're trying to weigh everything out. Is that correct? Like, okay, are you a lawyer, or do you know someone that's a lawyer?
I have a law degree. I
Okay.
switched careers, but yeah, and my father was a lawyer,
Okay.
and my sister's also a non-practicing lawyer.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. Yeah, because it's about, I don't, this is also too about intentions, about what you want to. There's a decision you're trying to make, and it's about intentions and the direction that you want to go. I also see this, you not expressing yourself. It's more like you stay kind of as alone in contemplation. But there's a spiritual component here too. about life path, and you're making really good decisions. So you're contemplating your happiness and joy, but it's about, the universe is there for us to, life happens for us, not to us, and you can direct things. And I feel like that the important thing is for you to direct your steps and give thanks for the outcome in the way that you want it to occur, and it will fall into place just so beautifully. So I don't know what that's about, but that's the message that I'm receiving for you.
Well, she only passed 2 months ago, so it's very new, and there are disagreements between me and my sister about the way things should play
Ah,
out.
that's why she brought up the sister. This
And
is also,
so, yeah,
there's also some growth here. There's some growth here for the both of you. Who's trying to honor her wishes? She's
well,
telling me to honor her wishes, and
we
that
probably each believe that we're doing that, but each have a different take on what that means.
okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, she's showing me that it's going to work out, but the other thing is that there's also this somebody. I feel this is with you, Lauren, is that you can be really hard on yourself, and so when you're hard on yourself, just kind of take a step back and kind of look over the landscape, okay, and see, because a lot of times people are trying to do the best that they can, and if you can meet your sister in the middle, or look at it from compassionately through her perspective, and maybe give it some consideration, um you know I feel like if you both give a little, that your needs will be met, and you both have that intention for the way that your mom wants it. So just know that. And she's not here anymore. She's not tied to any of these things. So it's not really, it's about what you guys can do together more so than anything. Okay. And she might have said something while she was here on earth, but it can change when she gets to the spirit world and has a different perspective. So just know that, okay? And it's going to work out. There's a lot of growth here for you and your sister. So just know that, okay? I think that's all I have for you now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. God bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the next person is Chelsea, and there she is. Can you put your hand up, please? So I can pin you. I can see you, so I'll add pin. There you go. Thank you, Lurann. Remove pin. There we go.
Oh, is it Kelsey?
Kelsey, yeah.
Hi, Kelsey.
Oh, we need to unmute you, dear. There you go.
Hi.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Good to see you. How's that beautiful kitty cat?
He's doing well. I've had him for a month today.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
He's an escape artist, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, when you get him fixed, he'll be probably better, right?
I hope so. That's in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Okay. Kelsey, what's your birth date?
It's February 21st of 85.
Oh, you're right on the cusp there, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Kelsey, the way that I'm feeling about you is that you've been through a lot of change. And it's almost like you're doing a good job of going with the flow, is what I want to say. There are other opportunities coming. And more in your field. I know that you've had to settle a little bit, but what Spirit is actually showing me is that there's something wonderful forthcoming. To not stop looking and searching, okay, is what I want to say. I feel like that there is a lot of, even though you've had to go through a lot with changes and so forth, that I'm feeling very good with you about the next move, okay? And it's going to be really wonderful. You're going to be a lot happier, and money will be a lot more stable for you, okay? What I'm feeling is that there's someone around you that's this is with your work now, that is very immature. Do you have a love interest that's coming forth?
Not that I know of.
Okay, because I'm seeing something there. Just be patient. But there's also like this disappointment that has occurred for you that's really quite but also what I want to say is try not to call all of that in. There seems to be a pattern of petty people, and when you can change the way that you respond to the people and not get into the thick of it, and you stay neutral, or you back up and observe, or you just that will go away, believe it or not, and you'll start to attract better positions for yourself, okay, is what I want to say, and better things for yourself. I don't know if this is making sense to you, but
No, there's some internal drama at work, and I've been trying to be the outside person, like not getting in the middle of between both of them.
okay.
And
Well,
we just had a lady quit that caused a lot of drama. So,
oh, yay. Isn't that wonderful?
but she had reapplied for her job to come back.
Oh, okay. Are you okay? I'm also seeing a trip for you. Are you going to visit family?
I'm
Or-
going to Utah this week.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. I didn't know. Yeah, it's really going to be wonderful. But set your intentions. You've been really good about holding things in, and everything, and trying to figure things out. And there's a lot of help here. There's a grandmother coming in. She just said for you to do what you do best. All right. That she's also showing me that it's kind of been a little rocky, but it'll be all right. You've taken the high road, and she never wants you to sacrifice your principles, your morals, ethics, and values. She was a very moral, ethical person. You don't have to do that. Okay. So just know that. And also being cautiously optimistic, but it's also about changing your relationship with money too. That you're working for money, but we want to get money working for you and you directing it. So it's like changing it a little bit, okay? And you're an amazing like marketer and what you do. You're very skilled, and I feel like that brings you joy. So that might be another path for you that you should consider. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else for you. Yeah, I see you. You're cautiously optimistic, but just know, try to have a sense of wonder and expectancy, because life is so great. And this trip is going to be good too, because it's going to give you a new vision. You know, sometimes we need to take a time out from life. And that's what I feel like you've been through. You know, you've done a really good job of mastering the struggle, so to speak. So now it's time to go to the next level. All right.
Yeah, this
And
will be the first time I've left the state in 2 years.
okay. Yeah, it's going to give you a new vision, and you'll be able to exhale a little bit. But this is also about it being your turn. Your turn is forthcoming, and that's what I see for you. And it's about letting go, and there's help here too, and that I almost feel like a potential mentorship. You know, what I feel like is that your expectation is for the boss to find faults with what you do. And what I want you to do is have the expectation that they're going to see your gifts. Okay, that's what I want to say. And there's going to be, I feel like you're at a crossroads, but it's going to work out. It's going to be things that are going to be forthcoming that, you know, it will reveal itself, but it's going to be like new plans and a different direction that's going to be really beautiful. So just know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
right now, like my current job doesn't have enough work for me to do, so I'm really bored. And then with the lady who just left, I've started taking on her job. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just continue doing both of our jobs with a pay increase to help things out. But they've had some good applications, so I'm not sure if they're going to refill it or not. Because if they do fill it, I'm going to have to start looking for something else because I can't be bored for 35 hours a week.
Yeah, understood. Did you apply for the position? Is
No,
that
I didn't have to apply for it. They're not even
okay?
sure that they're actually going to fill it or not. I'm just
Oh,
doing it. So
all right. Well, hopefully they'll keep you going in that direction.
I
And
hope so.
yeah, and like I said, have a sense of expectation and uh give thanks for the job. Just start to give thanks for it. And you know, and just trust that if it doesn't work out, then you weren't supposed to be there anyway. But if you start giving thanks, you're changing the energy around you to attract wonderful things. So
Yeah, I've
just
been a lot happier in just in the last 10 days since she's been gone. And I've been having more work to do. Like it's been a
okay.
better fit.
All right, good.
So
Yeah,
hopefully.
that's wonderful. That's really great. I think that's all I have for you right now, Kelsey. We can
Well,
get to,
thank you.
yeah, thank you. It's good to see you.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Kelsey. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great vacation.
thanks. It's not very much of a vacation. It's just to go see the doctor and then I'll be back. So
Well, at least it's a change of scenery.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so thank you. And Patty's next, but I'm trying to see if Patty can get on video.
Is it
There
which
she
pattern?
is. Yay. There she is. We got her. I'll put the pin up. Thank you. There we go.
All right. Hi, Patty.
Hi, am I on?
Nice.
No.
There you go. Nice to see you.
Yeah, this is fun to be
Um,
here.
Let's see here. Patty, what is your birthday?
It's 3/25/50.
Okay. All right, Patty. Well, good. It's good to meet you. I feel like I've met you before. Have you been in any of the other groups or no?
I came in late on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was then. Yeah. All right. Well, good. Well, it's good to have you here. Hold on just a second. I have someone coming through that had a stroke. I'm feeling it right in through here. And I'm okay, and it feels like that it is a male that had a stroke. And the way that I see him coming through, this is an older gentleman that is very thin. He has I'm seeing him very clearly. It's blue pants on. He doesn't have glasses, but he has a kind of like a check shirt that's hold on. I thought it was like short sleeved, but then all of a sudden I saw long sleeves. But he's a tall and thin man. Um, he was okay. He also told me that he was educated and brilliant. Oh, well, I don't know if he said brilliant. I put that term on him. I feel like he had a brilliant mind, but the stroke really uh humbled him.
Hmm.
Do you know who this is?
No, it's not ringing a bell at the moment. No.
Okay. Um, gosh, I'm seeing him kind of in a well, when I say that his mind was brilliant, it's like I want to say that he worked with his hands. I'm in a like a barn, and it has like straw, like a hay barn or something like that. And it's like he knew so much. I mean, he just knew so much about everything. Not only mechanically, but his mind just was functioning at a very high level. You don't know who this is?
I don't know.
Okay.
Not that I don't know anyone that had a male that had a stroke,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Did any of that other fit the description? Because and it could have been like a blood clot or something, but I'm feeling it in the brain area, kind of. And maybe he had uh, headaches or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's just not
It's not clicking.
clicking.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Right.
The way that I'm seeing him too, he just flashed like one of those what a castor oil lamps that I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing with him. So it might have been like a grandfather or something like that. I'm seeing a garage that is not, it's disconnected from the house,
Mhm.
and that there was this was a work area for him, and everything was organized. Okay, I'll just get to the message if you're not ready.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's okay. Uh and I'm sorry if the stroke kind of, but I feel like there's headaches, and I also see paint cans like lacquer, like maybe that's where the headaches came through. I don't know if he had a work thing. It was definitely, the garage was back off of the house area, okay, is what he's showing me. Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah. All right. Let's see here. Well, there's something here, Patty, let's see here. I just feel a lot of times you're hard on yourself. Um, you can be a little bit hard on yourself. Are you spending a lot of time alone?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, there's great growth here though. Uh, I feel like that there was something social that occurred, or you had girlfriends, and then I don't know if there was a significant parting of ways, or you're just now more spiritual and you're spending time alone. But what I see is great, great growth. And the pulling back might have been through a disappointment of some sort, but
Mhm.
then now I see it moving forward. Okay. And I don't know what this disappointment is, but it is about setting your intentions. And there's also something that you're working on that where there's going to be a fulfillment, but there's also a wonderful awakening here and growth. There's lots of awakening and growth. And also co-creation with you, like you're co-creating something here, but you have really wonderful energy, is what they're showing me. And it's really beautiful, but it's also about becoming receptive and making sure that your heart is open and not closed. A lot of times we can close our heart when we have an issue or something that happens to us. And the lesson is not to close down our heart. The lesson is to keep our heart open and just set appropriate boundaries and start to learn to trust ourselves.
Mhm.
And so our light can shine through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I want to say to you. And that, there is a wonderful path here that's going to be pointed out. The other thing too is that what you might consider is that when you like, it's almost like you brought your wings in, or you internalized it. That's what I want to say. There can be some inner child work here that you might think about revisiting, and because that would really create harmony for you. Okay. So
Mhm.
just know that. All right. And there is an alignment here. Uh, and what I'm feeling and sensing is that these are the things that you're trying to accomplish or do. Um, and when you internalize some of these emotions, I feel like this is remnants of what you have done, and it's a pattern. And it's really about not closing yourself off, but opening yourself up and having appropriate boundaries for you to work within, so you feel safe, and you can say you speak up for yourself and all of that. Not But it's more about empowerment is what I want to say. That's the word, the empowerment for you, and that's forthcoming. Okay, so just know that. But there's also a lot of inner peace here, and there's also another opportunity coming. Is there something? There's an opportunity here as well that's forthcoming for you, and it's going to be much better. Uh, it's like you're moving into a new cycle, is what I want to say. So it's like you pulled back, you've done some healing, continue to do that, but you're in an area where you can start to now become empowered. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing for you. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, that part does for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Kathy knows, like, somebody can show up and we don't figure it out for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness.
It can be 3 or 4 months. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
really? It
Yeah.
can't be a relative, they have hair.
Yeah, I did have a reading once and I didn't recognize either of the two names. And then later on, my sister said, oh, you know them. It's like, so.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah, you know how, if they're
That can
there,
happen.
they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Patty, and thank you
Okay,
for
thank
coming
you.
again.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
thanks.
Okay, so Leanne's next, but Leanne, are you there, kiddo? Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
I love that lotus flower that she has. It's pretty.
Yeah.
That you know what? That's really representative about what she's going through. Right
Okay, so Leanne, you're gonna behave, right? No.
now. Oh my God. Do I have a bad girl here?
Oh, she's a blast.
Oh my God. Well, that's good, because when people are a blast, the energy really raises very.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. All right, Leanne. How cool is that? She just really raised the vibration in the room there. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Oh my goodness. Okay, Leanne, what is your birth date? That helps me connect, okay?
In 1965,
Say that again. I didn't get part of that.
July 11th, 1965.
Oh, July 11th. Oh, okay. Well, look at you, boy. That makes sense.
I had you on Bluetooth and the mic was across the room. That must be better, yes?
Oh, yeah, that's much better. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
July 11th, 1965.
65. Okay,
Me too.
cool.
10 years off.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
really-
God. Okay, ground.
No, she can be up in the ether. She can ground after the reading. All right. Hey, Leanne, this is the way that I feel about you, and that spirit celebrates. You have a lot of creativity. I don't know if I'm stating the obvious, but and you're very high functioning. Believe it or not. I mean, your sense of humor and everything is wonderful, but there's also a high functioning mind and heart here. That's really beautiful. You can unmute, my dear, if you would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
It helps me behave and not interrupt you when I do mute though.
No, please
Trying to
do.
behave myself for
No,
Kathy's
you can please. I'll just feed off of it. That's what I'll do. So that's really cool.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness. Well,
That's what I said.
see, isn't that cool?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see. There's like a life review you're doing right now of some sort, is what I'm seeing. And you know what? It's going to be all right. Okay, I almost feel like too with you, it's like if you don't get me, I'm picking up my toys and I'm going home, like,
It's come to that pretty much. I
Okay.
talked to about 2 or 3 people now. When I had a very vast array of I really don't talk to too many people.
yeah, yeah, anymore. Okay, well, that's good. I mean, we end up being hermits a little bit, right?
Hmm.
But it really feels that way. Is there also a move here? I almost feel like you're going to be moving.
Well, I left my life as I knew it, as if it were a hot, toxic potato. Came to
Oh,
New
okay.
York in 2019, and the commitment that I made has now on the physical plane come to an end. So I'm wide open. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, you can cut the cords and take it to the next level, or what? Actually, I'm learning to dissolve cords, not cut them.
Right. There's a difference.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but this is what I'm seeing for you as well, just to let you know, is that this was a really good decision. Okay. And what I'm seeing for you, believe it or not, is I feel a contentment, a level of play, but also because you're so relaxed, I feel like money is an abundance is going to flow to you. Okay. So just take that in. All right. Okay, let's see. And that you've been through a lot, but you've got a lot of things under your feet. Okay.
I feel like I did all of that on purpose so that I could have things under my feet now.
Yeah.
Because now is when I need to be coherent. Like, not like you don't ever not need to be coherent, but like there's a time to get your feet wet, and then there's a time to sort of be still, take it all in and spit it back out and model something.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, well, I'll tell you, this is what I want to say. There were things that were not revealed to you. And instinctively that you knew that it wasn't right. And they will never be revealed, but it's okay because you did the right thing.
Interesting.
Okay. is what I want to say. And there's something about being fooled, you know, and walking away for the greater good. But it'll be all right. Everything is looking up for you. Okay. You did the right thing. You celebrated your soul in doing that. Okay. Let's see. For some reason, I'm seeing fire around you. What is that? Has there been a fire, or was there a fire, or is this holy
If
fire?
I could share my screen, you could see the apocalypse orange that Manhattan was for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
You can see here that you can probably maybe see New Jersey. And
Oh,
you see New
yeah.
Jersey and the river there?
Yeah. Okay. Because
Okay.
that's what I was seeing.
2
Like
days ago, you couldn't see anything. There was nothing there. New Jersey and the river disappeared, and it was orange, and it smelled like there was a garbage fire out.
yeah. So that's what I saw, fire and orange around you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did that.
Oh, okay.
It's in the
All
rear
right.
view, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully so. Yeah. Yeah. So now what they're telling me is for you to now step into setting your intentions about what you want. There's lots of joy here. And they're showing me that you have this level of authenticity that's really beautiful. You come from a very honest and innocent place. And there is a new path here that hasn't fully been revealed yet. There's also like what I want to say, don't settle.
Mm.
Don't settle is what I
Mhm.
want to say. I also feel that there is also movement, either a move or a trip or something that's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. That will be very helpful to you. It's going to feel really good. And
Does
you,
it feel long distance or short distance to you?
gosh, I'm almost feeling it's longer distance.
Mhm.
Where you're at now does not celebrate your soul. You're very good at what you do. What is it that you do?
Wow, we got 4 hours.
Okay.
You
No.
know, I mean, lately, light language, I've got a night vision camera and I'm surrounded by orbs that I've been filming. I have
Okay.
random accidental mediumship that's evidential that happens sometimes
Yeah.
when they want.
Good.
What
That's
else?
wonderful. All right.
Actress, singer, I write music. I
Oh,
have yet
wonderful.
to force myself to sit down and write like the story of me, which I may one day do. Didn't
Well,
hurt Nora.
yeah, I encourage you to do that. Just start to write. And but
It
there's
was fine
what
for
I'm
Nora.
seeing. Yeah, it's like there's a ton of creativity here, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a hard time sitting still and choosing which one, which makes me completely paralyzed.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to writing, if you're so inclined, let me just share a little bit about my experience, which was just write.
Mm.
Okay. And what I would do is I would set 15 minutes on the timer, and then it would turn into 2 hours. But my point is that I can worry about the details of things that, and I sense that you're like this too, because you're highly functioning in your mind. You can worry about the details about getting it published, this, that, and the other. And what I just want to say to you is don't worry about that. That will sort itself out. Just do what you love to do and just write. And write this book for yourself because it will appeal to other people as well.
The thing I've been focusing on right now is taking my mom's music and making recordings out of it and getting airplay on radio and getting it placed in TV and film so that I can use what I already have that's already been created to keep some passive income flowing so that I can sit down and write without worrying about the bill. So I'm in the setting it up process right now.
Uh-huh. All of a sudden, I'm in this living room with a piano, a black.
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah.
Here, we can all go in there together if you like. Here you go. There's the living room.
Yeah.
There's my mother's baby grand.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
And there's my mother in the green box.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Sorry.
To me. Yeah. I was all of a sudden standing there, seeing that black piano. So that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So just know that there's a new path here and it hasn't, it's going to be wonderful. So just hang in there. Okay. You're also, you're going to be making some good business decisions and new ideas are coming. So just know that you're going to be starting to discover certain things that'll just celebrate your soul. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have for you now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was
God bless
freaking
you.
awesome, lady.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Leanne, I didn't know your mom was in a green box.
Yeah, it looks like Vanessa has one too.
Oh gosh, we got to talk about that later.
Well, my mom's room was painted green. She always wanted to go in the green room, but again, this is Rochelle's time, not mine. Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Thank you. Bless you.
God bless you.
So I wasn't sure if her mom was going to come because Leanne left everything and went and stayed
I was kind of hoping
mother
she would.
till she passed. And what an angel Leanne has been.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Seriously.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Bye,
amazing.
kiddo. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
You know, her mother might have been here. It's just that I'm just wondering if my medium link got a little wonky there, so it might not be her, but she did
Well,
show.
it sounded like your people were channeling more than it was a mediumship, like it was
Yeah.
your team more than my
Yeah.
mom. But that's
Yeah.
okay because it's all our team. We're all
Yeah.
one thing.
Okay.
So thanks.
So
Yeah.
Vanessa's next if she stops yawning. Can you unmute?
I'm on so many allergy meds right now. I thought
Oh,
muting was the better way to go.
Oh my gosh.
So sorry.
Oh, Vanessa. No, I get it. Oh. So Vanessa, what is your birth date? That helps me to connect.
July 29, 68.
Oh, you sound like you do have a cold.
No, I really am. That's like day 14 of allergies.
Oh God, bless your heart. Yeah. Yeah, they can really take its toll, right? Hold on just a second.
Sure.
I'm trying to see if anybody's here. Was there someone that you wanted to connect with, or did you just kind of want to see what spirit has to say?
Higher self or what spirit has to say.
Okay, that helps me. All right. Yeah, it's really interesting, but where are you located? I feel like are you out west or where are you?
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All of a sudden I felt like you were out west. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. My dad loved Portland, Oregon. That and Medford.
Oh, Medford's cool.
Yeah, Medford. He was in Medford and Crater Lake area. Yeah, he just talked about that all the time. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, so this is really interesting. The way that I feel is that you're a little bit ambivalent about something, that you're trying to make a decision about something, and that and I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like that there's some ambivalence there.
I really want to tap into my higher self in a way I used to be able to.
Okay.
But it never was voluntary. It's just that things came through. So I've never had the ability to call in. But right now, what I'm trying to decide is I've so very much wanted to be highly successful at doing something. And I've just come off of about 15 years of failing at a very high level. And I don't
mean to laugh, but it's so funny. I feel like I've done the same thing.
Well, clearly I needed to learn some things, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I see that. I mean, but you know, feeling like everything I touch dies is kind of not cool.
Yeah.
I just came back from a sort of a yoga tai chi qigong retreat, and one of the messages I got was, you keep trying to be small and you're huge. So
Yeah.
you're going to fail until you embrace that you're going to be huge.
Right. So
And-
that's really interesting because go ahead. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I took that to mean that like I have to try to not do, but be something grand. And I would love some guidance on that.
You already are grand.
Okay, then what can I do?
So this is what I'm seeing. The ambivalence has kind of made you small. But this is the thing about whatever you did, what they're saying is, you know, this is something that your soul wanted, believe it or not. Like, I don't know, when you said, you know, you failed at a very high level, I also feel like it's something that your soul just didn't want to embrace anymore. Okay. And as far as connecting to your higher self, the way that you can do it is to practice meditation. But what happens is a lot of people stay in their mind. And when it comes to meditation, and it's not about being in the mind, it's about being in the heart. And that's where we start to express ourselves with love and kindness and joy, and then the universe responds back to us. It's also where your higher self can come in and you fully come into your body with that. Okay. And you feel that connection with that. And what this is all about, believe it or not, is authenticity. And with that authenticity of who you are, there is a much bigger thing here for you. Okay. But it's about doing it instead of living from a place of where someone wanted to shape the way that you live. This is about you defining how you live. Okay. Does that make sense? It's about you defining, it's about you defining how you want to live instead of that's what I want to say. Really, it's about you co-creating. It's about you taking the step to this new life. And that's what I want to say. You're going to discover things that that really bring you joy.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this book that I'm working on about teaching the thing I should be focusing on right now?
What is the book about?
It's about how our education system was never designed around teaching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. That's a huge mission right there. You know, really, it is. And there's what I feel with all of this is that there's new life around this. Okay. There's new life. And this education, the way that it was set up was really socialization. It really didn't celebrate the soul, right?
At all.
Right. And
It
so
was crowd control and behavior modification.
exactly, that's exactly what it was. And what they were seeing, what they're showing me is that there is this hidden power within you that's pretty deep. And there's it's about exposing within that vision of what you want. It's not somebody else's vision, it's your vision. And also I feel like there's like great wealth around you too. You chose the family that you did for a reason. I don't know why you feel so small, because I feel like you're very you came in with you incarnated with a certain skill set into a certain family that is there's wealth and maturity, and but it's about you embracing your heart too. Okay.
Okay.
Is what I want to say. And this contemplation is about plans ahead. Believe in what you really want. But your higher self is something that that's really about learning about energy and learning about that they're there, you know, and feeling it and embracing it and all of that. And that's something that just is what I want to say. Okay.
Okay.
And then the other thing is that, believe it or not, spirit is really working on you. So the fact that you went to this retreat with the Qigong and the Tai Chi, that's movement of energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tons. And so you're moving things out and creating new energy. And so spirit is helping you on this path. And there's a wonderful awareness here. And it's about you opening your eyes. And the eye opening is more with you opening to yourself, is what I want to say.
Okay.
Okay. And there is new hope here, but there's also been a level of what do I want to say? Like where you've held yourself almost in bondage and it's time to take those off. Okay. And I don't know what this really is about. That's what they're showing me. And so that's what I want to say. And
Okay.
but there's also new hope, and you're going towards the new hope area, and you're you're giving yourself permission, is what I want to say. And that really comes from your higher self. So if you're receiving that, your higher self is really connecting with that and bringing it through,
Great.
because
Thank you.
that connection is definitely there.
Thank
So
you.
it's a new dawn here. Yeah. I hope that helps.
It does. Thank you.
That
Okay.
was perfect, Vanessa.
All right.
Wow. Talk to
Thank
you
you.
later. Talk to you later. Thank you.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Okay. So the next person I had was Vita, but I don't see her on camera. And I've texted her to get on. There she is. Yay. It worked. Okay. So here we
Okay.
go. There we go. There she is. Can you unmute, please? And camera. We're getting bossy here. Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks, Rachelle. You're doing great. That was Bill Spady's daughter, Vanessa.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it cool?
She's cool. Bless her heart. I really feel yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay. Who I'm sorry. Where is the next person? Who is it? If she could say
Vita.
Can Vita, can you put your pin, but could you put your hand back up, please? And that'll help her find you.
Okay, just one moment.
You're
there we
on the
go.
screen, you're pinned.
Yeah, I just saw her. All she used to do is speak and then.
Hi, hello.
Oh, hi. How are you, Vita?
I'm great, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You're so pretty. What's your birth date?
5454.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
How cool is that?
I know.
Oh, that's like a life path of 9. You're very highly functioning. Did you know that? Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah. Wow. Well, cool. I don't know if anybody's told you that before, but that's amazing. Yeah, good deal. Okay, let's see here. So Vita, did you were you looking for someone to come in, or just what spirit? I kind of want, because the reason I keep asking that is because there is 2 different links. You know, there's the psychic link and then there's the mediumship link. So and as a medium, I hold both of them. But if you just want kind of like a general reading, I can do, you know, I'm just wondering. Let me see.
I don't know, whichever channel is more in tuned.
Who had a neck issue, a very strained neck issue? On the left side is what I want to say. Almost like I can't even turn my head. You don't know who this is?
Mm.
I mean, it's really prominent on the left side. And actually it almost feels like there was something in the carotid artery here, is what I want to say too, that caused some of that pain. Okay, I'm sensing that it was a heavy woman, very heavy woman that's coming through, and that she had problems with her cholesterol, and also the stomach or intestine area. Do you know who this is? No? I don't get names. Rarely do I get names. Sometimes I hear, I just heard Ruby. Who's Ruby? Is that a dog or a cat or something?
No.
All right. It probably belongs to somebody else. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what she has to say. Oh. Yeah, I almost feel like there was a stroke here too. I don't know, but all right. Oh gosh. We'll just let that go. Let me see what else she has to say. But I feel like there was something to that area. I could really feel it coming through. You're not having neck issues, are you? Okay. All right. Sometimes I do. Just can't do it. Oh, she's distracting. Okay. All right. 5454. So I feel, gosh, where are you? I feel like I'm in a very warm climate. Are you in a warm climate? Like, are you in California or something, or out that way? No?
No,
Okay.
I'm in Canada. I'm in
Oh,
Canada.
you're in Canada? Are you dreaming about the warm weather? Because
Actually, no, we have warm weather here.
okay.
I'm at the southern part of Canada.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
awesome.
sometimes our weather is even warmer than in
Warmer?
California.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true too. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm seeing for you, Vita, is there's something here where I feel like that there's a new journey for you. And this is about collaboration and working together and a partnership. And that help is on the way. I don't know what this is about. It feels like something from a business perspective that is there, and to let you know about that, and that there are there has been struggle, but it's like you've mastered the struggle, and there's going to be victory here, is what I want to say. There's new information that's coming, that and you'll be moving to new and good things. So just have faith within, but there has been a little bit of struggle here, okay? And that let's see what else here. Yeah, there's some type of partnership here, is what I want to say. And that don't hold yourself back, because now you're moving into a place where it's going to be your turn. Your turn, and there's transformation and strength here. And there might be something where you're holding yourself back, and spirit is trying to move you forward. And they've got you, okay? But there's something where you're walking into something like, I want to say follow your path, but there is collaboration, partnership, and abundance here, believe it or not, is what I'm feeling. Okay. And definitely a new path. It's just like, don't look back, just keep moving forward, because there's new life experiences here. And just to keep moving forward. I don't know if you're considering, I don't know if this is this making sense to you? because there's also spiritual blessings that are coming, and there's a lot of grace here. Okay. And there's like the struggle, or the struggle has been between like ego. Let's see. Do you have a child that you're concerned about?
Oh, yes. I'm a
Okay.
mother, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
But, mhm.
yeah. So with that, there's I feel like it's going to work itself out. This is just a phase of whatever this is. So okay, and what they're telling me too is that with a mother, prayers are always answered. Worry does not do anything. Okay, worry just it just doesn't do anything. The spirit can't do anything with worry, and all it does is upset us. And so the key is to get the energy moving forward in a positive direction. And that's what I want to say to you. And that with prayer and giving thanks for the outcome that you want is one of the most powerful things you can do as a parent. And it will be beautiful. And so just know that that's what I want to say. And they'll make it. And I feel really good with you. I feel like this is going to be an okay thing. So just know that there's you do have a free spirit, but there's been heaviness around that. So allow balance to come in, and allow spirit to come in and create that balance for you. Okay. And then, but there is a foundation of peace here, but they're coming back and saying, no worries, that communication will occur, that will be impactful. Okay. I think that's all I have at this point.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have concerns for my grandson.
Uh-huh. What's his birthday and how old is yeah.
His birthday is 7/28/20.
What's his name?
Anthony.
Okay, let's see here. Someone just came in with a booming voice that said, "What are your concerns?"
What are my concerns?
Yeah, I feel that things will be well. Things will be well.
How well is what? How well is well?
What's going on with Anthony?
His special needs.
Ah. Oh, okay. Boy, he is a special spirit.
Mhm.
Very special. Uh, uh, not just special needs, I mean very special. Boy, he's very gifted. I don't know what the struggle is, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like, did he do signing or something? Or when he was, does he do stuff with his hands? Like there's something with the hands.
I'm not sure. I mean, he plays with his hands. He learns with his hands. Like
Yeah.
typical what toddlers do, right? I'm not sure to the extent that you are expressing, because I only see him through FaceTime.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not.
I feel like everything's going to be okay, and there's certain things that are going to come out of this. good and healthy. I don't know what that means, but I don't feel like it's, even though he's special needs, I feel like that it's gonna be all right. I almost feel like, hmm, I almost feel like that there is like almost like a detox that he needs to go through. I'm not a doctor, but I just heard like chlorella or oh, what is that? Not cilantro, something like that that will help him. Like there might be something. I don't know if he's had a lot of medicines, but I feel like that there might be.
No,
Okay,
he's
all
all
natural.
natural. Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Except
That's
for
what-
the usual kids vaccines that they need to have.
well,
But no,
right.
he's
Yeah.
all natural, gluten-free, dairy-free, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like
Yeah.
uh cilantro would do something, like that there's something in the body that would help him.
Okay.
He would
Can I ask
respond very well.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Okay, this is for myself.
Uh-huh.
Is that I've had an NDE, and through that experience, I was given certain gifts. Some I was able to handle, some I was not.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Like seeing auras, and I was also being able to pick up on things like you have, and I have seen the things that I have not supposed to have seen. But anyways, to make a long story short, right, I'm on the path and so on and so forth. But the thing is that when my mother passed away at 2005, everything disappeared. It was like as if when she went, all the stuff that I had went with her, like,
Wow.
like just like zoom. So like I don't understand. Like I still have it, but in a very more low key, in a
Yeah.
low key. Like I really rely a lot on my intuition. I do pray every day. I do have a practice that I do every morning,
Uh-huh.
and gratitude, and et cetera, et cetera. But I just don't understand how I
What?
can.
Well, I don't know
Are they
if
going
I-
to come back or what? Because I don't know.
Well, what happened probably, I don't know if I can really name it other than the fact that what I feel is that first of all, NDEers are so gifted, and I just love you guys. I mean, it's just amazing to me, right? And I love that. But what I feel is that they were out there and they came in really quickly, and then when trauma occurs, what happens is that we can like get disconnected from our body again, like we can hang out in our aura. So maybe make sure that the practices you're coming all the way into your body, and that will help go into your heart. That will help. But the fact that it's low key, it just means that we have to use our body as a barometer, and things are also subtle. And you were very open and aware to those subtleties. And then you probably came back into this 3D world, right? That doesn't mean that you're not going to open them up more again. I mean, they were given to you to explore, and now they want you to explore it even more. And just remember the essence of your being, which is really important. Because that's where the work is done from. And when we get back in the 3D world, our ego can crop up and all these things, and it creates situations where when we're dealing with it with the 3D world, it can start to whittle that away. But let me tell you, your gifts never go anywhere. They're right there. It's just about bringing them up again.
Yeah, and I need to know how to do that again.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just getting the appropriate, education and the mechanics so you can work with that. and bring them forth again. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Vita. God bless
Namaste.
you. Yeah, namaste. Oh gosh, we're at 4 o'clock already,
I
Kathy.
know, and we've got like 3 more that can you do a few more? Or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, I think
Tell me true. I'm sorry, you guys, we'll have to do this again.
yeah, or maybe with the 3, maybe we email them and we can do like an hour quick Zoom or something like that. I'd be happy to do that.
Rather than do it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of wavering.
Okay.
It's just, there's so many things that can go into this, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, so it's just really interesting, but yeah, I think I'm done, but I would be happy to set something up very quickly, like for an hour session, like in the evening, if that works for people wherever they're at. And we could just go through it really quick and I can do it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have 2 of the people's emails, but I don't have.
Who's the other one? Who's the other?
So it's Joanne, Akiko, and Regina. And Regina and Joanne are here in Colorado with me.
Okay, and who's the other one?
Akiko, she had her baby with her. Where is she?
Oh,
I was in line.
You are, Lynn. You're just now. I can't help it. There were so many people that came from last Thursday.
well, maybe we need to do one more.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, Kathy, I'd be happy to do that,
You mean another? I
Yeah,
can't do it
another
this
session.
month. It'll
and
have to
not-
be next month.
And not advertise it, just get to the people that were here.
Okay.
I would love to do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anybody that wants to give me their emails, that would be great. So, and David says, blessing Rachelle's lovely to see you truly in your element.
Oh, bless his heart. Thank you, David.
And thank you,
God bless
Hilea
you.
said that also.
Oh God, they're gonna make me cry. Oh my God.
And Lori, yeah, I know I'm doing the best I can with the readings. There just wasn't enough time, even by having 2 hours. The last time we did this, we had an hour and a half and we did 15.
Yeah.
We did do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We did 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah. So they were a little bit longer.
Longer, yeah. Okay.
And hopefully people saying, I took so many notes. This was amazing. So yeah, just so you know, whether you were on the hot seat or not, you probably got quite a bit of energy. Plus the crowd that is here is high powered.
Yeah.
People that
They're
work
blasting me out of my seat, right?
And Angie says, thank you, Rachelle, for your willingness to share your gifts and talents. You are so loved.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you. Oh, Angie was here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Angie's here, David's here. Yeah,
Oh my
we have
God,
a high
you
power
guys.
group here.
Oh God, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
thank you, everybody, and we'll see. I have another one of these on the 25th with a different healer from Hawaii. So if you're on our email list, we'll get and she does reality crafting. So it's different than this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also I've been putting in the chat about Rachelle's new class, and many of you that have wonderful access to the divine that really want to refine your skills, you might consider joining her next class. Her next class starts on the 25th of June.
Wonderful. Right. Yes. Yes, and we have it all set up. So
David put reality isn't. That's
I know it.
And who is the I that's saying that?
Yeah. And who was actually the person that was giving the readings? I don't know. I don't think it was Rachelle.
And Lori's saying gratitude to you and love and blessings to all.
God bless you guys.
Thank you all. And thank you for your patience with me trying to juggle everything in the back end here.
Good job, Kathy.
This
thank
was
you
not
for
a
all your effort.
relaxing day.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks again.
Thank
God
you
bless
all.
Much love.
Thank you.
Much
Let's do
love.
this,
Thank you.
Be well.
everybody.
Bye.
All right, take
Yeah.
care. Okay, bye.
Sorry, Akiko. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, dear.
We'll
Thank
do it
you.
again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, Joanne, you're so close.
And yet so far,
I'm
you know.
sorry.
Well, it seems like it's not a lost cause though at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
So thank you, Rachelle.
Love you.
You're very
Grateful.
welcome, Joanne. God bless
Yeah,
you.
much
she's a magical being.
Yeah,
Much love.
that one, Joanne is. Yeah, look
Yeah.
at her.
Yep,
We all are.
yep.
We all are. Love,
Yeah.
love.
God
Bye,
bless you.
dear. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.